Good morning, wet shavers, coffee lovers, and podcast listeners everywhere. It's Mark with GeorgeToon.com. It's time for another second cup. So grab a cup of coffee, kick back, relax, put in those earbuds, adjust that speaker volume, and let's talk some wet shaving and a few other things in podcast form. What is Second Cup? Well, Second Cup is a podcast that will give you some additional information that didn't make the Monday morning mailbag deadline. This might be something that is time sensitive. For instance, a sale that could be ending before the next Monday morning mailbag airs, or a piece of late-breaking information that viewers have passed along that is equally time sensitive, or something else regarding the wet shaving world that needs to be broadcast in a timely fashion. And we'll also have some time to chit-chat and discuss some other things like coffee, movies, streaming shows, books, that sort of thing. So thanks for tuning in to Second Cup. And I hope you subscribe to the podcast, where you can also find episodes of the Monday Morning Mailbag in podcast form. I hope you're enjoying a cup of coffee with me. We'll get the show underway in just a moment. Thanks for joining me. Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome to the September 29th, 2025 episode of Second Cup. We're wrapping up September. How are you this morning? Great to be with you. I hope you're enjoying a cup of coffee with me. I am having right here, I've got it right here. I don't know if you can hear that box right there. Trader Joe's instant coffee packets, all dressed up with creamer and sugar. The reason why we're using these is because I happen to remember on this morning's Monday morning mailbag, Bill and Connie Murphy went on this 2-week trip, Santa Fe and the Eisenhower Library in Dodge City. And he sent along some great travel shaving gear tips that we highlighted and featured on this morning's Monday morning mailbag in the questions and comments section. So if you missed that, check that out. A lot of great information there regarding some great travel shaving gear. And I thought, hey, regarding travel, I happen to have these Trader Joe's instant coffee packets. And it says right here, just add water, ideal for travel. Yeah, these are terrific. Hang on, let me get a sip here. Hang on 1 minute. That's terrific. And I'm using my Tony the Tiger Kellogg's Cereal City coffee mug. Definitely a favorite. And this is a terrific cup of coffee. For instant coffee, it is absolutely delightful. And again, it's all dressed up with creamer and sugar. You just add water. And it's terrific for travel because you can hear this box here with all those packets in there. It's a long tube packet like this right here. Can you hear that? Okay. And all you do is just tear off the top or cut off the top and just dump it into your coffee mug. You can hear all the mixture in there. Hear that? Yeah, you can hear the coffee and the creamer and the sugar all mixed in there. So you just tear off the top and just dump it into your coffee mug, add hot water, and you're good to go. So what I do is I get some hot water through my Keurig machine, and then I just add this coffee packet to the hot water, and then a spoon to just mix it all up, and I've got a really delightful cup of coffee. Hang on, one more sip. Yeah, that is very, very good. I like that a lot. You know, I usually drink my coffee black. No sugar, no creamer, no milk, nothing like that. But every once in a while, when I want a little variety, I pull out the Trader Joe's instant coffee packets. These are terrific. And again, if you're traveling, these are great. You can just grab 2, 3, 4 of these and just throw them in your onboard bag or your DOP kit, your carry-on bag, that sort of thing. And when you're waiting around in the airport, or you've checked into your hotel room and maybe it's a little sparse, you got something here to kind of wake up and get you going again. A nice cup of coffee, courtesy of the folks at Trader Joe's. Yeah, so just wanted to mention that to you. And thanks again to Bill and Connie Murphy for all those great shaving gear travel tips. Also, I forgot to mention this on this morning's Monday morning mailbag. October 1st, this week, October 1st, is Yom Kippur. Wishing a very blessed Yom Kippur to all of our Jewish friends, listeners, and viewers out there. And I believe this is the holiest day in the Jewish calendar. I got a little information here. Yom Kippur begins at sundown on Wednesday, October 1st, and ends at nightfall on Thursday, October 2nd. Yom Kippur is the holiest day in the Jewish calendar, a solemn introspective day dedicated to repentance, reflection, and reconciliation with God and others. And I think that's something we can all learn from and make an effort to practice in our daily lives. Don't you think? Be a little more solemn, be a little more introspective, have a little more repentance, and reconcile with God and with others. A very, very important lesson in life. Yeah, so we can learn something. All of us can learn something from Yom Kippur, the Day of Atonement. So again, a very, very blessed Yom Kippur to all of our Jewish friends, listeners, and viewers out there. Well, we got a great show for you this morning. Got some great updates on some releases from Phoenix Shaving. And I'm going to go through my notes here and kind of go over a few things here and there in addition. So we'll get the show underway in just a moment. Let's pay a few bills, and then we'll have another sip of coffee, and we'll get the show underway. So hang in there with me. Well, I received this email alert from Phoenix Shaving. Headline reads, "Why is this boozy, ghost-kissed classic still the king of fall?" Now, here's the scent profile. It'll give you a hint. Sandalwood, burnt sugar, bourbon and pumpkin, oak barrel aged. Do you know what it is? We've reviewed it a few times on the channel. It's a marvelous, marvelous scent. And as I write here, it's back, Shave Cadets. One of our most epic, influential, and memorable fall favorites, Blue Sahwin. Now that's spelled Samhain, and it's pronounced Sahwin. This stuff is just smooth, sensual, boozy, and downright autumn masculine. And they've got a complete Blue Sahwin collection. They've got the artisan shave soap. They've got a Blue Sahwin cube, aftershave cologne. You name it, it's there. The complete collection is there, and we will link to it. Here's what Douglas wrote from the original sales copy page in 2018 regarding Blue Sahwin. Blue Sahwin is a rich blend of whirling fall magic. And when you read pumpkin, don't think pumpkin spice, for it's not. Just a pure, fresh, October-carved jack-o'-lantern note, thoughtfully blended with some moody sandalwood, burnt sugar, and bourbon. Festive, sensual, sophisticated, and boozy. Sahwin? The word Sahwin is derived from a compound of two ancient Gaelic words. Sam, I guess, is Sam or Saw, which was an old word for Samrad or summer, and Fuin, I guess that's Fuin, an ancient word for end, referring to the end of summer. How to say it? Sahwin is pronounced Sow-in. Sow rhymes with cow, or sometimes Sahwin, depending on the tradition. The Irish divided the year into two parts. Summer from the 1st of May until the 1st of November, and winter from November 1st to the 1st of May. Samhain marked the beginning of winter and was celebrated by one of the most important of all Irish festivals, the Convention of Tara. I cannot pronounce the Gaelic word here. It's spelled FEIS-TEMRACH, but it's also known as Convention of Tara. Besides being the time of Tara's important festival, Samhain Eve, the night before the 1st of November, today's Halloween, was special since the Celts believed that all entrances into the other world opened. This meant the fairy folk and other immortals might roam the earth as they pleased on this special night. Only the very brave ventured out of their homes on Samhain Eve for fear of meeting one of these supernatural beings. As for the artwork, this was inspired by a couple careless glasses of Doc Herson's green absinthe and a couple sugar cubes. 'Tis the season, no? As usual, there are some Easter eggs to be found in the label, so have fun digging and researching the story being told for you seekers. Yeah, well, there it is, Blue Softwind. I love this scent. This is perfect for the autumn season. Again, we've done a couple of reviews of Blue Softwind. We've used it in the Shave Den for other reviews. It's a marvelous, marvelous scent. I love the sandalwood, but the burnt sugar really stands out for me. I absolutely love this scent. Love the artwork. It's just a great autumn vibe all the way around. So check it out from Phoenix Shaving. Blue Softwind. We'll have links below. Well, are you looking for another great autumn scent for your shave den? Well, Phoenix Shaving's got you covered as they write here, our longest running fall classic. That mysterious and spooky festive fall classic is back, Cider House 5, and it's darker than ever. Boy, this is a good one. I really, really love this scent. We have it in our shave den, and we've used it several times on the channel, reviewing it and using it for other shaves. And this is definitely one I break out during the autumn season. This is really a wonderful, wonderful scent. And as they write here, and would you believe this is our 13th year doing it? Lucky 13, right? It's amazing how time flies when you're running a haunted amusement park. Oh dear, I mean a small artisan soap company. For those who don't recall, Cider House 5 was our take on a traditional New England cider that had some interdimensional complications. A real crowd pleaser and customer favorite for sure, and general ominous stuff. Scent profile is pipe smoke, mulled cider, oak wood, dried leaves, linseed. Seems innocent enough, right? This release also includes a Cider House 5 matching Cube 2.0. How about that? 5 essential notes make up this blend of our classic autumn shave soap. 5 notes like 5 colors on a painter's palette, mingling in a mid-afternoon, mid-autumn day on a canvas in an apple orchard. A few feet away is the cider house come to life in a bustle of festive activity and mirth. Someone is smoking a pipe, mulled seasonings catch flight on the warm autumn wind, oak barrels rock in the rhythmic ripples of the cider press, leaves crackle beneath the artist's feet, linseed oil lingers, and an apple possibly plucked by Eve herself is offered to bite. The artist drinks it all in. It's all around you. The winds begin to pick up in all directions, leaves whirling and spiraling up the invisible columns of a banshee's temple. Clouds roll in, but those are not clouds. People run from the orchard and the neighboring pumpkin patch. Terrified screams of children escape from the corn maze across the street. Then a flash of white light crosses the sky. Life in wholesome technicolor resumes, and the memory of what just was is wiped. The artist finds himself under the overhang of the cider mill, tubes of paints capped and uncapped, spilling from his pockets, easel under arm, nonplussed and damp. It's all around you. You have just witnessed what has become a regular, irregular event in these parts, dare I say, paranormal? You have just witnessed Cider House 5. How about that? That's marvelous. The whole story behind it, a Halloween kind of theme and vibe. That's absolutely marvelous. Cider House 5 is an absolutely marvelous, marvelous scent. For me, it reminds me of Sage's Apples here in Chardon, Ohio. Sage's Apple Farm. They sell the most wonderful Honeycrisp apples. And when I walk into their store, right there on the farm, for their fresh corn on the cob and their apple cider and their apples, you get that marvelous, marvelous apple scent that runs throughout the store. And Cider House 5 captures that perfectly. It's immediately what I thought of when I first opened a tub of Cider House 5. And the aftershave splash is equally wonderful. And it is aged 1 year and this year's batch is no different. It is really an amazing, traditionally bourbon fermented in oak barrel cask kind of aftershave. Get up to the product page and read all about it, because it is there is some really, really great information there on how they make the aftershave cologne. It's got face-saving goodness, skin food ingredients in there like chamomile hydrosol, and some other great stuff in there. Carrot seed extract, aloe vera, seaweed extract, vegetable glycerin, some really, really terrific stuff, but a great, great seasonal scent. So check it out from Phoenix Shaving, Cider House 5. This really is a classic autumnal shave scent that you really should have in your shave den. I love it. I'm going to break it out, as well as Blue Sawwind. These two are going to be in my shave den. Now that we know about them, that they're back, I have them. I'm going to use them. Perfect for the autumn season. Check it out. Cider House 5 from Phoenix Shaving. We'll have links below. Viewer Rodney Ripplinger sent along this email looking for a new shaving bowl. He writes, speaking of shaving bowls, I have trouble getting a boar brush to build a lather in the bowls I am using. The synthetic brush knots, no problem. In fact, I found out the Maple Leaves soap I got had a whole additional range of scents when I used a synthetic brush. Also, a lot more lather. Can you recommend an unbreakable bowl that has good texturing on the inside? I think that might help. Yeah, I've got a few bowls here for you, Rodney, off the top of my head. The first one is not unbreakable, but it's a terrific, terrific bowl, and I'll mention it to those who don't mind having an unbreakable or porcelain bowl. This is the fine lathering bowl. I like this one a lot. It has a handle that also acts as a built-in brush holder. It has some nice smooth ribbing on the inside. It's a little shallower but has a wider mouth, so you're not going to get any clanging of the brush handle when you use this particular shaving bowl. It fits very nicely in the hand. It has some good heft, and overall, terrific, terrific design. We've used it many times on the channel for shaving reviews, and we've introduced it on the Monday Morning Mailbag. I like this one a lot. It comes in at a nice price, and it's been around for quite some time, and the folks at Fine have offered a really, really nice lathering bowl for the shave den in the Fine lathering bowl. Again, it's not unbreakable. It is a porcelain kind of a shaving bowl, but low profile, wide mouth, built-in brush holder on the handle, and nice heft. Overall does a great, great job. Now, in unbreakable shaving bowls, and the three that I'm going to mention here, the Fine and the other two, can all be ordered very, very easily. They're plentiful. They seem to always be in stock, which is why we're talking about them. The next one is the Timeless Razor Shaving Bowl. This is high-impact plastic. It has some nice smooth ribbing on the inside. It has some higher walls to it, so to speak, so it's a little taller. It makes heaps and heaps of lather. If you were at the Ohio Wet Shaving Meetup, they were throwing these out to the crowd. They had so many of these. I think every single person came away with the Timeless Razor Shaving Bowl. It's high-impact plastic. This is why they were throwing them out. They were throwing them out to everybody. They were, packaged in individual boxes, but they were just tossing them out to everybody. So it's a nice size. It fits well in the hand. It has some nice smooth rimming on the inside. A little taller than some other shaving bowls, but the lather is contained in the bowl as you're whipping it up. It's a terrific, terrific addition to a shave den, completely unbreakable, so you don't have to worry about dropping it or anything like that and having it shatter into a million pieces. It really is a marvelous, marvelous shaving bowl. And the third one, or the second unbreakable shaving bowl that I like, is the Van Ulay Honeycomb Shaving Bowl. This one is really terrific. It has more of a classic shave bowl kind of contour to it. And on the inside, there's nothing but this honeycomb pattern that acts as little agitators that really works up a terrific lather. Fits great in the hand, has a nice base that fits really nice in the palm of the hand. And again, the bowl is flared out a little bit, whereas the timeless bowl is more up and down, symmetrical. So there is a little bit of a outward flare of the bowl with the Vanulay honeycomb bowl, and makes a fantastic lather. Really, I mean, it really generates a lot of lather. Now, I cannot recall if I've used a bore brush with the Vanulay honeycomb bowl. I'm definitely gonna do it. I probably have, because if I have and I got a bad result, I would have remembered that. But I'm always getting great lathers from the Vanulay honeycomb shave bowl, lathering bowl. It really is terrific. Now, the only downside that some folks have with it, and I know the late Mark Bagwell mentioned this to me, and he was saying that because of all these little honeycombs in the interior of the bowl, it's a little more difficult to clean. You know what? Yes and no. It cleans up fairly well, but yeah, there could be a little bit of residue left behind, just a little bit from your soap. But I really haven't noticed that to be a deal breaker. And when I run it under water and just kind of give it a shake before I start my next shave, everything seems to look good. So it's just a terrific lathering machine of a lathering bowl. So those two unbreakable bowls, off the top of my head, they come to mind immediately because A, they're plastic and unbreakable, and B, they have some nice ribbing or with a Vanulay, a honeycomb pattern in there that really helps generate a lot of lather. And I think that will help if you're using a bore brush. Now, I have found, and again, I got this information from the late Mark Bagwell because he recommended this bore brush. The Zenith bore brush is a terrific, very well-made bore brush that in my shave den gives me the best performance of all the bore brushes that I have. They're all very good. It's just that, in my opinion, the Zenith gives me better performance, or should I say the best performance. It just seems to be a cut above some of the other bore brushes. Now, your mileage may vary, obviously. Some people just love the Omega bore brushes. Others prefer Semogue bore brushes. I've used both of them. They're very good. But when Mark Bagwell introduced me to a Zenith bore brush, that quickly became my favorite. So give the Zenith bore brush a look as well, Rodney, and to the others out there, give the Zenith bore brush a look. It's a very good bore brush. It's very well made, and I seem to get some great lathers with it. Not to say that the Omega and the Semogue bore brushes are lesser. They're all very good. And of course, I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, and comment below and let me know or email me, but I think it also has to do with the quality of bore brush hair that is put into the knot. Some bore brushes that are inexpensive, like say maybe $5, $10, they don't have the best bore hair in the knot. And other bore brushes that are, say, $18, $20, $25, they have the better bore brush hair in them. Correct me if I'm wrong, folks, but that's my understanding. So it could be that the Zenith bore brushes I have a better quality of a bore brush hair in them than, say, an Omega or Semogue brush that I have in the shave den. They're all good. I just personally think that the Zenith is giving me the best lathering performance. And boy, they are very soft when you break them in. So I would say, Rodney, and to others, look at those shaving bowls. If you need unbreakable, check out the Timeless bowl and the Vanulay honeycomb bowl, and also give a Zenith bore brush a go. It's a really terrific bore brush, and I think that the bore brush from Zenith and these unbreakable lathering bowls should give you a really terrific lather. Heaps and heaps of lather. Let us know, Rodney. Thanks so much for the question. Rodney Ripplinger also sent along a photograph of a bottle of aftershave and cologne from Turkey, a Turkish cologne. It's called lemon cologne. It's available on Amazon. And as they say here, it's 190 cc's, which translates to about 6.4 fluid ounces for about $18.95. Now, there's a little more background on this other than being called lemon cologne, because it does have a Turkish name and it does have a little bit of background I want to share with you in case you're interested in trying this. I went up to Copilot AI and I asked them about this product, or I asked it about this product, and it came back with this answer. Mark, you've got a classic Turkish gem in your hands. Well, I don't have it in my hands. I just uploaded the photo that Rodney sent. That bottle of 80 degrees Turistik Limon Sisici Kolonyasu, or Kolonyasi, isn't technically an aftershave in the Western sense, but it does serve a similar purpose in Turkish culture. Let's break it down. Now, before I go any further, that is the American pronunciation of the product. It's 80 degrees, and it's spelled it's called 80 degrees Turistik Limon Sisici Kolonyasi. And it's spelled, first word, capital Turistik, second word, capital Limon, third word, capital Cicegi, fourth word, capital Kolonyasi. So it's 80 degrees Turistik Limon Sisici Kolonyasi, which is the American pronunciation, and it's pronounced completely different in Turkish, and I'm not even going to attempt it because I don't speak Turkish. But anybody out there who does, maybe you can make an audio loop and send it in, and we can share that with all the viewers out there. So as it says here, let's break it down. What is it? Lemon cologne is a staple of Turkish hospitality and hygiene. The 80 degrees refers to its alcohol content, 80% ethanol, which makes it a powerful antiseptic, great for sanitizing hands and freshening up, a refreshing splash with a crisp citrus scent, a cooling agent often used after shaving or during hot weather, and there is cultural significance with this particular product. Offered to guests in homes, restaurants, and even buses like a fragrant handshake, used in barbershops post-shave for its antiseptic and invigorating qualities. Commonly found in large bottles, 750 milliliters, often with vertical ridges and a simple screw cap, a design that's nostalgic and utilitarian. Now here's the scent profile. Lemon blossom adds a floral twist to the sharp citrus. It's not oily or creamy like Western aftershaves, more like a splash-on tonic. The scent is bright, fleeting, and unmistakably Mediterranean. Now, here's what they have to say, or here's what AI has to say about aftershave use. While it's not marketed as an aftershave, many Turkish men use it that way. Splash it on after shaving for a cool, bracing finish. The high alcohol content helps prevent razor burn and infection, leaves a clean citrus scent without lingering heaviness. If you're into wet shaving, which I know you are, this is a perfect bridge between tradition and utility. That's AI addressing me because I input the question of what this product was. So there you have it, a lemon cologne or lemon aftershave cologne, all the way from Turkey. It's available on Amazon. We will get a link to it. And Rodney, if you're listening to this, please send in a review and let us know how you like it and how it works. And yeah, very, very interesting. So it's an aftershave cologne that you can use post-shave routine. And in Turkey, it has a great deal of cultural significance. How about that? Rodney, thanks again very, very much. Folks, we'll have a link to this product from Amazon below. Well, Saturday night, the Cleveland Guardians beat the Texas Rangers 3-2, which means in Cleveland, we're going to have October baseball. How about that? At the time I'm recording this, I don't know if Cleveland has won the division, but we are going to have postseason baseball in Cleveland, and that's really a welcome sight. And so, because of the extended baseball season here in Cleveland, I'm going to recommend a classic baseball movie to you. This one is terrific. It's from 1949. It stars Ray Milland and Gene Peters, and it's called It Happens Every Spring. Have you ever seen this one before? If not, I think you're in for a real treat. In this comedy starring Ray Milland, Gene Peters, and Paul Douglas, a college professor discovers a compound that makes baseballs repel wood. Soon, he's a pitching sensation. Yeah, the ball curves away from wood. So when he pitches the baseball, it's going right straight at the batter, right over home plate. And when the batter takes a swing, the ball just curves around the bat and into the catcher's glove. It really is a neat idea for a baseball movie. Again, it's a comedy. It's from 1949. It stars Ray Milland. I saw this when I was a kid, and I was just so taken by it. And it's got a really neat ending. And so it's kind of a fish out of water because of his invention of this stuff that he creates, repelling wood, curving away from wood. And what he does is, as I recall, I haven't seen the movie in a while, but I do recall it. As I recall, he puts a little bit of this oil or this compound in his glove, and then he'll rub the ball on it, and then he'll throw his pitch, and then it ends, the ball curves away from wood. Yeah, so it was a lot of fun and a terrific baseball movie. So if you're still in the baseball mood as I am, check out It Happens Every Spring from 1949, starring Ray Milland, Gene Peters, and Paul Douglas. And you'll also see Alan Hale Jr., known by millions as Skipper from Gilligan's Island. He plays the part of one of the college students there. He's playing catcher behind the base when the professor is testing out this compound on a baseball. And so that was kind of neat to see because as a young boy watching that movie and looking at it and kind of looking at it again, hey, that's Skipper from Gilligan's Island. Yeah, he was a young man back in 1949, probably I don't know, maybe in his 20s, something like that. I don't know. Hard. I'm not entirely sure. But that was kind of neat to see. So check it out from 1949. It Happens Every Spring, starring Ray Milland, Gene Peters, and Paul Douglas. And check out Skipper from Gilligan's Island in that movie, too. Let me know if you find him in the film. And that wraps up another Second Cup. Thanks so much for tuning in again. I really do appreciate it. I sure hope you enjoyed today's show. If you did, please share, please subscribe, and pass it along to a fellow wet shaver or friend. My thanks to everyone who commented and contributed to today's show. And I mean this sincerely. Without you, this microphone would be silent. If Second Cup or the Monday Morning Mailbag aren't showing up in your regular podcast feed, please drop me a line at mondaymailbag@gmail.com, and we'll try to get it all sorted out. So again, thank you all very much. I look forward to getting together with you again on these podcast airwaves. Until then, enjoy the day, enjoy your shave, and enjoy that second cup.